Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what the messages are with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards. So we have the Five of Pentacles. We do have some Earth sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or even a Capricorn. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Eight of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Page of Wands. So with this Page of Wands showing up over here, I do feel like this is some pretty youthful energy. I also feel like there could be a little bit of some inexperience when it comes to the situation. I also feel like with this Page of Wands, you could be dealing with somebody who's younger. I do feel like there is a sense of being quite excited about being able to enter into something, be able to actually make something work. And I do feel like there's a sense of being in a space where I do feel like it brings a lot of happiness, a lot of enjoyment, and even a lot of excitement when it comes to your situation, as well as your connection. But with this Five of Pentacles showing up over here, I do feel like you may be dealing with somebody who is in a space where I do feel like this person, it kind of feels like you have turned your back on them. Do you also feel like this person is in a space where they are kind of feeling a little bit isolated and also feeling like they are either going through some kind of trouble financially? It is kind of putting them in a space where they are trying to really deal with a lot. I do feel like though with this Five of Pentacles, this also feels like a feeling of rejection. There could also be that feeling of being abandoned or rejected, and I do feel like that could be the way that this person is perceiving things. But this does feel like an energy of being left out and being overlooked, and I do feel like when it comes to their feelings, they are in that space, and it could actually feel like this person is kind of really wallowing in that. But with the Page of Cups shown up over here, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where there are some developing feelings in the situation. Do you feel like when it comes to your connection with this person, it is one that could be in the initial phases when it comes to developing an emotional connection? I do feel like with this Page of Cups, this also feels like a pretty romantic energy. I do feel like there is going to be some romantic moments within that emotional connection. I do feel like with this Page of Cups, this also feels like a sense of being able to actually develop a sense of I do feel like emotional connection, but I also feel like it's in that way where they can have a lot of admiration for this person. So I feel like there is also something quite exciting to this connection. That is also something that may actually be intriguing to you. Maybe something that you actually want to hold on to. I do feel like though with this Eight of Swords showing up over here, this feels like an energy of somebody who is really stuck in a place mentally. I do feel like there's a lot of thinking and a lot of going back and forth in their own mind, and I do feel like it's also kind of something that is really affecting this person in a way that is not doing their well-being as good. Especially with that Five of Pentacles, this does feel like a sense of somebody who may be actually kind of dealing with a lot. And I do feel like with the Eight of Swords, this feels like an energy of kind of being in a space where it's a lot of things that are already getting to them. It's like they're stuck in their head. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of wanting to focus on being able to actually have a stable connection. I also feel like a pretty solid one is also something that is hoped to be worked towards. I also feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like a pretty positive energy when it comes to being able to have that sense of stability in your connection. I also feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this feels like a new beginning. I also feel like somebody who's offering you something towards being able to actually make something work, especially a solid connection with you. But with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, I do feel like there is a sense of somebody who may be experiencing a lot at this time. It's kind of putting them in a space where they may be having a hard time with embracing the idea of a connection. Do you feel like there's a sense of kind of wanting to be able to really work on oneself? And I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles, this does feel like it's energy of being able to enjoy the singlehood. And I do feel like there's a sense of also being in a space where this person may actually feel quite low. And I do feel like it could also be disempowering them in this connection with you. And I do feel like when it comes to their feelings and even just the way they're interpreting things, it could be coming from looking at things from the space of, I do feel like being a bit negative. But with this King of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty stable energy. I do also feel like you could be in a good space when it comes to your career, your finances, your work. And I do feel like there is a sense of being in a space where you are ready to be able to embrace something. And I do feel like with this King of Pentacles, this does also feel like there is a little bit of an imbalance as far as where you are compared to this person. And do you feel like with this King of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of being quite established and being in a space where you are doing quite well for yourself? I do feel like with this King of Pentacles, this also feels like a sense of being in a space where it's like you know what you want. And I do also feel like there's a sense of being able to actually work towards that and knowing how you want to do that. So I do feel like with this King of Pentacles and with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, you could be on different pages to some extent. But with this Three of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where, do you feel like this person is actually in a position where they are hoping for being able to have something long term? I also feel like they're believing for that. There's a sense of actually feeling like there is a possibility of having growth and expansion into the future. Do you feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this could also be a new beginning with this person, and I do feel like there is a sense of this person wanting to make that offer to you. But I do feel like they could also feel that they are genuinely not in the right place to be able to do that. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have healing family issues. We have forgiving and learning. And we have love yourself first. So this healing family issues card showing up over here, I do feel like there is a sense of somebody going through their healing journey. I also feel that this person may be quite focused on themselves and being able to really experience some kind of self-development. And I do feel like there is a sense of really putting a lot of focus towards that. And I do feel like it is also something that's going to benefit them in being able to show up better. But I do feel like this person may have a lot on their plate, or they may be going through a lot, or they may be really internalizing a lot of situations to the point that it's getting them down. I do feel like with the forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this is really an energy about being able to actually forgive and accept something and move forward. I do feel like there is a sense of being in a good place that you could be. And I do feel like with this forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to really reflect on the past and learn a lot from it. And I do feel like that's really serving you, especially in the present time, when it comes to being able to really learn and take a lot of those past lessons. Do you feel like with the forgiving and learning card, this also feels like an energy of somebody who may be seeking forgiveness from you? And I do feel like there's an energy of being in a space where you could actually be open to being able to hear someone out with regards to a situation where there is a need to make amends or be able to actually get on the same page. Do you feel like with this card showing up over here, this does feel like a sense of releasing and healing from any kind of past energy that is no longer serving you. With the Love Yourself First card showing up over here, this does feel like being in a good place, especially when it comes to an individual level. And I do feel like being emotionally content, as well as just being content within being who you are. I do also feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this feels like a new chapter and being able to embrace something new. And I do feel like it is something very promising when it comes to being offered something, as well as entering into a new chapter. And it could be a new life phase. And I do feel like with this Love Yourself First card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really embracing that. I do feel like with this Three of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being able to manifest something. And I do feel like when it comes to actually waiting on something and also being in a space where you're able to receive, I do feel like you're in a receptive mode when it comes to anything that you may have really been trying to manifest. I do feel like there is an energy of being able to manifest something you've been waiting on. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.